questions that I think aren't being asked is what this actually means for consumers. I mean, we did a study with the UN about a year and a half ago looking at humanitarian cash transfers. And, fundamentally, in most humanitarian contexts, it's cash in an envelope. So they'll pull up a armored car and they'll have a bunch of envelopes stuffed with cash and they'll hand it out to people. To the UN in New York City, that looks incredibly wasteful, right? You should load a prepaid card and then you should pass it around, and it's much cheaper than cash in a van, which is true, but it doesn't take into account the beneficiary preference. And if that person who's receiving that prepaid card then needs to walk 5 kilometers to an ATM to use it, then all is, they'd rather just get cash in an envelope, to be honest, because that's going to be cheaper for them. And I think that's, despite all the good work that BIS is doing in terms of the research around this and everything else, I think we're missing this whole chunk of like what a retail CBDC means to consumers. Because in certain places like China, you can, when you're looking at carrot and stick, China can use stick a hell of a lot more than carrot. But in the US or someplace else, or in Canada, as the example I said before, it has to be carrot. And if your carrot is already rotten and run over, then how do you actually do that? So I think that's the whole consumer side of things, and how do we prepare as a society for CBDCs is something that isn't talked about but should be talked about.